Hey guys, this is Scott from Scott to Roll Podcast. Welcome to another edition of Rewatch, Revisit, Review, our weekly video series where I rewatch a movie I haven't seen in a while, talk about my thoughts after revisiting it, then give you guys my review for that movie. This week I'm going to be talking about Jaws from 1975, I think, if I remember writing that down correctly, in honor of the Meg movie coming out this week, Shark movie, the original, the best, arguably, Shark movie. Thought it was a good connection. That's why I'm talking about the Meg today. But let's just dive right into the rewatch section and we'll talk about that more. Alright guys, so as I do for each rewatch, I'm just going to give you the IMDb plot summary for Jaws, so that way you have some idea of what happened in the movie before I give you guys my thoughts on it, alright? So the IMDb plot summary for Jaws says, it's a hot summer on Abity Island, a small community where main business is its beaches. When new Sheriff Martin Brody discovers the remains of a shark attack victim, his first inclination is to close the beaches to the swimmers. Of course, this doesn't sit well with the mayor and several of the local businessmen. Brody backs down to his regret as that weekend a young boy is killed by the predator, the shark. The dead boy's mother puts out a bounty on the shark, and Amity is soon swept with amateur hunters and fishermen hoping to cash in on the reward. A local fisherman with much experience hunting sharks, Quint, offers to hunt down the creature for a hefty fee. Once Quint, Brody, and Matt Hooper, my mistake, Hooper, from the Oceanic Institute are at sea hunting the great white shark. As Brody... I'm sorry guys, my notes just are shit. Should have wrote that down better. But the point is, they go hunting for a shark, and that's the movie. That's what Jaws is about. Everyone knows Jaws for the most part, but I decided to rewatch this, like I said, because the Meg is coming out this week, and that's about a ginormous shark. So like I said, I thought I'd watch the original shark movie, in my opinion, or the shark movie. That's why I wrote it down. I think it's considered one of the best shark movies, if not the best shark movie, but I always think of it as the titular shark movie. When you think shark movie, you think Jaws. And so in honor of the Meg and that, I thought it was a good reason to rewatch this. I rewatched it on Amazon Prime Video because it had a bunch of the Jaws movies, and I didn't feel like renting it, so why not use my streaming? Like, come on guys, gotta use these things. I pay for these services, I might as well watch the stuff on it. But yeah, it was a good revisit because I haven't seen it in forever. I don't think I've seen this movie since I was a kid. But we'll talk about more about those thoughts after revisiting in the revisit section, which is next. Alright guys, so my thoughts after revisiting Jaws is that I can see why this is a classic movie. I get why this is the shark movie, maybe even the best shark movie. It's such a good movie. Like the suspense, the way they build this story up, they start it off by you not being 100% sure it's a shark attack. Really, they make that a little ambiguous because they don't show the shark for the first half of the movie. All you see is a shark fin at certain points before you even get a view of the shark. So I really love this movie and really enjoyed rewatching it because I got to experience what I think a lot of people experience when they first saw it, when it first came into theaters. Because I've seen this before, but I was younger when I first saw it. I didn't put all the pieces together. I just watched a shark attack movie. But rewatching it, I was able to understand a little bit more of the plot, the fact that it's not the sheriff's fault that the beaches weren't closed. It's the mayor and these businessmen who are just like, oh no, sharks aren't gonna attack. That wasn't a shark attack. It could have been something else. And it's just like, I just found that a really interesting perspective that I was able to gain in rewatching this now that I'm older and paying attention a little bit more when I'm watching movies as opposed to when I was a kid and I would just watch it for this spectacle, which this movie still has a great bit of spectacle. Each of the shark attack scenes are just so well done, so well shot, so suspenseful and just thrilling that you're just like, you're on the edge of your seat, like, are they gonna get away? Is it getting them? It's just intense, and then that ending, but yeah, overall this was a very enjoyable revisit, and yeah, I'm excited to kind of get to rewatching the rest of the Jaws sequels. I know they're not quite as good as the first one, but I'm curious because I don't remember anything about any of the other ones, so I'm definitely going to be revisiting those in the near future. But time for the review for Jaws. We'll get to that now. Alright guys, so as I start off every review, I'm going to give you guys the critics and audience ratings for the movie first. That way you have an idea of what they thought before I give you my opinions about this. So the critics and audience ratings go on IMDb, it has an 8 out of 10, which is pretty good, high score. On Rotten Tomatoes, the critics gave it a 97% on the tomato meter with a 9.2 out of 10 average score, which I think is the highest score I've seen of all the movies I've checked out for the rewatch, revisit, review series so far. This is definitely the highest rated by critics, and I can see why. It definitely is a great made movie. But let's go over the Rotten Tomatoes score for the audiences, and they gave it a 90% on the tomato meter, but only a 7 out of 10 average score. But as you can see, they're still liking it, and then Metacritic also gave it an 87%. So overall, this is very highly rated amongst critics especially, and even audiences. So overall, it makes sense why my personal rating would be 2 thumbs up. This is just a classic movie. It's the shark movie. That's what I keep saying, but to me, it's the shark movie. When you think shark movie, you think Jaws, and that's it. You think of that music, you think of that big, great white shark, and that's it. So that's why this movie gets 2 thumbs up. It's great. I've already said it so many times. There's just so many different elements to this movie that make it just such a great movie. But my favorite part of this whole movie is definitely that final showdown with Jaws, where he's tearing apart the boat, and the three of them are just trying to figure out how they deal with this giant shark, which is literally like half the size of their boat. And it's such a great scene. It's so well shot, and it's obviously makes sense why it would be the climax of this film. And it ends off with an exploding shark. So like, come on. How does this not get 2 thumbs up? Which obviously leads to the last part of the review, guys, which is my recommendation, which is, of course, rewatch Jaws. If you haven't seen Jaws in a while, or if you've never watched it, just watch it. Like I've said a bunch of times, it's the shark movie, possibly the best shark movie ever. Go watch it. Even if you're gonna go see the Meg this weekend, it's a good little get you warmed up for the shark thing, or go watch the Meg this weekend and then come watch the shark movie that pretty much all shark movies come from. But yeah, of course I recommend this. But guys, let me know in the comments below what you thought of the first Jaws movies. Did you like it? Did you not? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know if you're gonna be seeing the Meg this weekend or not. I might check it out, but I'm probably gonna see Mission Impossible instead. I already got my Shark Week, but we'll see. Anyways, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought. Thanks again for joining me today. Have a good one.